Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us once again for tonight's Discipline Therapy Thursday with your two hosts, seven-time author Mr. E.L. Discipline, and with him always, Suhey Sotomayor. And before we say who the guest is, you know how we do. We got to clear the energy.
That's good.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget the merch. Disciplinetherapy.launchcard.store/shop. Also, show is sponsored by Champion. Also, show is sponsored by Center Stage Music Studios in Belmore, New York.
Yep. When you call, ask for Joe because he's the best.
All right, our special guest. What does this say?
True G's move in silence.
Yes, True G's move in silence, got many layers, a master of many things. So you could also get this merch at the online store. We're gonna get into it. Double clutching, gear shifting, evoking critical thinking.
Always.
Because we have conversations that are stimulating after dark. Because we know they're fiends, and they know what that means.
What's that mean?
We're serving you your dose weekly of discipline therapy, where not everything is completely free. Because we're on Patreon and we have content for you to see. But what is free is it's judgment free, sucker free, censor free, sensitive free, and some liberty. God and the ancient ancestors are great, and that means everything else is straight. So go grab your wine, popcorn, and my favorite, roll a blunt, but make sure the children are in bed. Why? Because we have that soul food, and sometimes vulgar conversation prepare your mind to be fed. Light one up, inhale life, and exhale strife. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you are tuned in to the Discipline Therapy Podcast.
We're here.
Hey.
All right.
All right. So who is this guest that we have in between us? He's a returning guest.
Yes.
But he came to our old home before.
Yeah.
This is a whole new home.
Yeah.
I like the new home too.
You like it? It's nice, right?
It's nice. It's a vibe.
Yeah, so we're gonna you were here last time. We talked about things of it was like dating.
Yeah, like first dates.
Yeah, first dates. Places you were going on first dates, yes. Yeah, so what do you like, just shout out like what you do real quick.
Yeah, so working operations. Other than that, I model on the side. And yeah, that's pretty much what I do for right now. You know what I mean? Looking to own a couple of things, but other than that, I'm making moves, moving in silence, making this money.
Season 10, episode 105. Why do most people desire to be worshipped and treated right instead of giving and loving?
That's a good question.
But don't we all want to be treated right? Or what do you think?
I think we all need to be treated right, and we all want that. But at the same time, like, you got to give some loving, right?
Of course.
Like, I feel like everything costs something. So it's like, you want to be treated right, give some loving.
That's
and
true.
vice versa.
Do you think it stems from other things as well?
Hell yeah. That's the reason
what?
why they can't give it. Because like, some people be so damn hurt all the time, where they just want to take and don't want to give.
Yeah.
And I get that, but
So it's like unhealed trauma. That's what
yes.
I agree with that.
Uh-huh.
I think everything stems from unhealed anything.
Yeah, trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Checking the vocals
he's-
with everybody. All right, so you're right. You're all right. I believe it's because of things that we have access to. We're transitioning into a virtual world mostly, and everything is between our fingertips and what we're absorbing visually.
Yeah.
So
I believe it's
why-
like what they're taught. as
Yeah,
well,
so why do they want to be worshipped? Unhealed trauma, just to expound on what you guys are saying, could be childhood trauma. They didn't get that growing up.
Yeah.
Could be relationship trauma. They felt certain neglection.
Or seeing it, like they're growing up with their parents or something.
Yes, public
Yeah.
display of disaster as well. So those are the traumas. And then it comes back to social media or what you are envious of.
I feel like it's
So-
also the culture
Envy.
now, right?
Yeah.
I feel like the
I mean,
culture now
yeah.
is for people to want
Yeah,
to be.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's awful.
all that stuff stems from like evil energy.
Mm.
Yeah.
So like
Negative.
yeah, so that's why it's created. Like
Mhm.
one of the reasons why social media is created. So when you when you're absorbing these things, you start to say, well, oh man, the celebrities, you know, they're not like gods, even though we view them as gods and idols, but they get worshipped. They get this, they get that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why can't I be that? And it could be
Or have that.
yeah, it could
Yeah.
be like a Beyonce, and a younger woman is just looking at her as a role model and
See,
saying,
I was
Yeah.
gonna say Lori Harvey.
whomever, you
But
know.
with
Beyonce,
the
at least,
recent, with the
there's a
recent,
difference between those
there's
two.
there's a celebrity there's celebrities that everybody, I don't want to
Mhm.
say everybody because
Most people.
I don't know how us here, I know
Mhm.
I don't idolize
don't.
them, but there's a celebrity that a kid can resonate with.
Mhm. That's
Yeah.
true.
You know what I'm saying? Growing up like Michael Jordan, you want to be, you know, what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They can resonate with. So they're looking at that as a role model, and they're seeing, well, I want to be worshipped like them. That's
Right.
another reason why I
Mhm.
believe it.
They're also unreal and not being honest with themselves
Yeah.
when it comes to that.
Yeah, the people need shadow work, man.
Definitely. Have you done?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Oh, good. Do you keep like? Is it something that you do?
Yeah, I
on the
think you
mo-
should always do it
I
consistently. You should always
agree.
reflect on your own character
Yeah.
and the situation you've been in, you know? You should always revisit that because there's certain things that you might have missed, some things that you
That's
feel
how
like you
you
could have
grow.
learned. Yeah.
Mm. So I have a different ideology pertaining to modern women and traditional women.
Mm.
So if you don't mind me asking, do you know the difference, and what do you date or seek out for?
The difference between modern women and traditional women, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me what it is, but can you differentiate?
Yeah, I can.
Oh,
I'm trying to
okay.
think of like, man, I'm greedy. I want both. Because everyone has like, there's a good side and a bad side to each, right? With like the modern women, that like, they're home types, they're traditional. Sorry, wait, the modern women, like, they're like fun, independent, like to go out. You
Yeah,
know
I
what I
was about to
mean?
correct
They're
you.
like yeah, I know, my bad. They're like the ones that, the Lori Harvey of today's world, where they're bouncing through all these different guys. They're doing thing, and then
So
all the
hookup
women,
culture,
yeah, hookup culture, where all the women just
promiscuity.
like,
Okay.
the girls hate that guys hate that girls are like moving like men nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's a lot to say about that statement alone because that just sounds nuts. But other than that, I'll probably say, you like them for the aspect of going out partying because you're gonna have a good time with them. And sometimes like you either choose to differentiate and just leave them there, or sometimes you want to take it home with you. But at the same time, you have to understand like, what you're inviting, right? But then
Yeah.
with the
Mhm.
traditional women,
Mm.
they're the home bodies. They're the I'll probably like my favorite word for it is like they're like the mom
Mm.
type,
The
or
ones
the
that
ones
take
that,
care.
yeah, the ones that want to take care of you, the ones that want to be married, the ones that are inside. They don't like that partying scene. They want to read a
Oh,
book.
okay. So just
They want
to,
to,
I like that.
yeah,
Just to summarize for the audience, right? He's pretty much saying modern women you play with and have fun with, but traditional women, submissive women, you marry, you get in relationships with. That's pretty much what he's saying. Right or wrong?
yeah, nah, yeah,
He's like,
yeah,
well, yeah, kind of.
yeah,
Can't argue with that.
yeah, yeah. I
All
was
right.
getting there.
So do you believe that both type of women want to be worshipped?
100%, 100%.
Do you believe that?
I think they rather be worshipped than treated, right?
Both types?
Yeah, both modern men and modern women.
Oh, modern men and women. Okay, got you.
Yeah,
I thought you were asking, do you think modern women and traditional women both want to be worshipped?
No, I don't think traditional women care about being worshipped. They want to do
no.
the worshiping.
Got you.
Yeah, they
Okay.
want to do the
You
worshiping.
know
They
what I'm
just want the
saying?
They want to
loving
cater to
in
you.
return.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Got you.
they just
yeah.
want the loving
Because
and
they're
nurturing in
more
return.
likely submissive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
100%.
Have you gone through like unhealed relationship trauma?
Like actually, like, yeah, I would
Because I
say,
think everybody has gone through some sort of relationship trauma in their life, period.
yeah,
From when they first started dating.
100%.
Did you ever like bring that into like a different one, like a different relationship? And how did you get
Unfortunately,
out of that?
maturing, I guess. You see what you
Mm.
did differently, and kind of like you kind of take advantage at first, right? Because like you're still broken from the last relationship, you rush into the next one, and then you're repeating the same just
Mm.
negative behavior. And then if you're wise enough, you look at it, you see the fact that you're hurting the person, right? And you can choose to change or choose to leave the situation completely. My thing is, I like to leave because at the end of the day, I'm a healer, but like the damage is done at that point. You're better off moving on, doing your own
Mm.
thing. You know what I'm saying? But I think that you shouldn't do that, right? You shouldn't, move on to the next relationship with all the trauma and unhealed
Without healing
relationship.
yourself,
Like you
right?
need to heal. You need to heal. So like I always say, take the time to yourself, regroup, get your shit together, and then go out and date again because it's not right. It really
Mm,
isn't. But shit happens at the same time. Life's not
that's
easy.
true.
I like that we had returning guests, and when they came back, their mindset changed. Wow, I'm proud of your growth, man.
Really?
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
That's so nice to hear,
It is.
because
especially from like your own
I
friends.
just thought the mindset was different last time we brought you on.
Really? What was that
Yeah,
on? I thought we were talking about dating,
the
so it's
dating.
like,
Yeah,
I
I know.
think he said he
we
likes the
did.
crazy girls too. He likes the troubled girls and he likes the
Mm,
nice girls.
I like to
You
have
like
fun
that spice, you
sometimes.
said.
Yeah, I like the spice. I like the spice. I like the
He's a
spice.
spicy guy, okay?
You know what I mean?
all right. So this comes down to selflessness.
Mm.
So why would they rather be treated right and worshipped instead of giving and loving?
They might not
They
know how to.
Yeah, it stems from trauma, but it's also like I believe like what they see with other people. What we've been through as well. The relationship trauma.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
not you don't have closure there. So most of us well, all of us have gone through a heartbreak.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're able to know what our boundaries are, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So
some people don't learn that until years later, and like a
yeah,
relationship or two after.
yeah,
Then they figure it out,
Yeah, they become
and
distraught.
then there's already people laying in the wake of you trying to figure out your boundaries, who you are, what you like.
That's the
yeah,
skeletons in the
That's a bunch
closet.
of broken people. If
Uh-huh.
you don't
That's what it
figure
means.
yourself out, heal yourself, learn yourself, you're by the time you get there, like the later it takes you, and some people never get to that point.
mm,
They live
Yeah.
their whole life like that. So imagine all the discarded, bodies in their wake that are now traumatized as well. And
yeah.
that's why it's important, people. You gotta do that shadow work, like he said.
Yeah, it comes down to all of those things you stated. And then it's like because of the heartbreak that we go through, we don't want to invest.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you're doing that, when you're actually giving and you're loving, you're investing.
Yeah.
So today's culture, um, they're afraid, I
Mm-hmm.
believe.
That's
It's
why
just
they
like I
self-sabotage
said,
too.
it's my opinion. I
Mm-hmm.
don't have all the
Oof.
answers, but it's
Self-sabotage.
just my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
I
believe
believe
I agree
that
with you.
there stems from a lot of fear, and by fear being present, that lets you know that the person or persons are still unhealed.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because you
Wait,
know,
can you repeat that? Fear being present?
no, with
Being
the fear
present.
being present.
Yeah.
With
Oh, with the fear there.
fear
Got you.
being present.
It took
In
me a
their
minute.
mind, their energy,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
they're still unhealed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they don't want, and loving and giving is also subjective. It could be someone being straight up with you, honest. It
Yeah.
could
Definitely.
be
Yep.
someone, you know,
Opening themselves up when they're usually
vulnerable.
exactly.
Yeah. So
Yep. Wake up to the people who could
it
do
could
that.
be like sacrificing. Like
Mm-hmm.
let's say you're sports fan, you are.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And you
Mm-hmm.
let's say Sundays are your football days,
Yeah.
right? And basketball. And you're like, you know what? I haven't seen my girl all week. We're both off today. So like fuck this, maybe I'll DVR it.
Yeah.
I'll go see her.
Yeah.
So you're sacrificing, you're giving.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like it could be subjective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like modern culture is afraid of investing because they've already invested a lot and
Yep.
lost.
Right.
And it's like I don't want to lose again.
Which is why
Corny.
which is why they self-sabotage all the time. They
Yeah.
give themselves, I've heard women and men say after 3 months it's gonna go, their true colors come out. And then,
Mm,
that's you're already putting it out there for,
mm,
okay, you're counting down in 3 months, shit's gonna
It's
go
that
bad.
negativity, man.
Exactly.
mm.
You can't do that
Also
either.
that entitlement. Like, yo, like
What
how
happened?
I'm just you know what I mean? Like the way they move sometimes in a relationship, like, you feel like this is what I bring to the table. So it's like if it ain't this, it ain't that. And I feel like that's just like the skewed mindset that we have in modern day world where like you owe me this, you owe me that in a
Mm,
relationship when it's really about like communication and like being there for each other, right? The reason why we're in a relationship is to quote unquote love each other and get married or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like whenever people
Purpose.
come into,
Purpose
exactly.
for dating. Yeah.
Purpose for dating. So like
Mhm.
people just want to just date nowadays because they're lonely and they want to pass the
Mm.
boredom or the
Mhm.
depression.
Or go for a free
Yeah.
meal or something. Have you
Little
ever
distraction.
asked a woman what's their purpose for dating or what they bring to the table?
I don't necessarily say like what you bring to the table. That's a great question. I don't usually say like what do you bring to the table. It's more so much like what are your interests? Like what do you want out of this? Like what are
Mm.
what are your intentions? I try to reframe the question, but ultimately I'm really trying to understand like, all right, what do you want? Like what do you bring
Mm.
to the table?
Why do
Because
you
you can't
rephrase the
direct
question though?
because you can't direct. It's kind of rude to directly ask someone that, especially if you're not. How would I say it? Not you haven't built that bond yet.
Right.
See what I'm
Okay.
saying? I don't have that
That's your
tenure.
opinion.
Yeah.
Mm.
Fair. That is
Yeah.
my opinion,
Mhm.
right? Because I like the gentle approach, so to speak. Because like honestly, you come into a relationship, press me. I'm like, yo, you have ulterior motives, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You got a whole mindset of where you're going. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing
Mhm.
wrong with that. But at the same time, it's like I like an easy going
Yeah, you're like
relationship. Like
not
I
right
like
out
to
the
like
gate.
right
Like,
out the
damn, let
gate.
me
If you
get to
come in
know you a
on
little bit.
10,
Gotcha.
unless you got it like that, nah.
So, I've been saying this since 2017, and I wrote this also in my first book, The Seduction of Discipline, the table question.
Mm.
And the reason it's a table question, the objective being the table, is because it's metaphoric.
Mm.
I believe that each party is offering something because
Yeah.
that's what a relationship is about, give and take,
Yep.
give and give.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I believe the table question is great and it's also a test.
Mm-hmm.
I know for me, I enter my relationships like the CEO. She wants the job. She wants the position because I'm in
like that.
control of relationship and commitment.
Yeah.
If I want a wife, I'm gonna get the ring. You ain't gonna get the ring and get on one knee.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm gonna
Yeah.
dictate if you my girl, if you my lady.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make that decision. You could say, baby girl, that's Zaddy right there. He gonna be my future husband. And I could say no, and it will be no. But because women are more agreeable, and if they're feeling you like that, you say, this is what it is, you're mine. Okay, daddy. Like they're gonna follow you.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like you're offering something to the other person, or if it's poly, persons, like people,
Yeah.
in your dynamic. So it's important to ask that question because it's like it lets you know, like I said, my opinion, what you want to build. You see what I'm saying?
Like
That's
how
why.
serious you are?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like I said, it could be a test. Like, let's say you go out there tomorrow and start dating. I don't know if you're single or whatever. You
Single.
could, okay.
Yeah.
Let's say you go out there tomorrow and
Ladies.
start dating, right? If you have your walls up, if you have healthy boundaries within you,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna look for certain characteristics in a woman because
Mhm.
you're not just gonna make any woman your girl.
No, 100%.
So you're gonna look for certain characteristics. So as you're asking that question, you're testing her because you have your own personal values.
Mhm.
So if she says to you, I could cook, clean, suck a mean dick, you are gonna think in your head, okay, cook, mean, suck a mean dick. That's all she said. She's offering her body. She's
Yeah.
cooking just like everybody else knows how to cook. That's an adult thing.
Yeah.
And she cleans because that's an adult thing too.
Yeah, 100%.
So
If you can't
now,
clean, that's
if
not-
you
Hygiene.
if you hear that from her, right, you're gonna be like in your mind, I don't know how you are. I'm straightforward. I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell her those are dumb answers, and you know what I'm saying, and that's not gonna work. But you might be keep it to yourself. You might say,
Yeah.
damn, okay, that's all she's bringing. I'm gonna play with her. I'm not saying you're like that, but I'm just saying because
Some guys are like that.
yes, because you have your own personal test. You know from what she's gonna bring to the table and what she doesn't know, it's like, okay, now I know how to move around her.
Mhm.
But if she says, I bring maternal instincts, I'm supportive, I'm optimistic, I bring peace, I bring serenity, virtue, I ain't posting my booty cheeks online. I bring virtue, I
Yeah.
bring honor, respect, value, loyalty, faithfulness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I could bring you up, motivate you, inspire you. You know what I'm saying? A man with ambition needs a woman with a vision.
Fair.
So if she's bringing those characteristics, you're like, oh shit, yo, I could fuck with her
She a
long
keeper.
term,
Mhm.
She a keeper.
long term.
Yeah, 100%. Now, like what you said before, where she's like, "Yo, I could just cook, clean, suck a mean dick." You know, right then and there, simp.
Mm.
Like, yo, it's a simple relationship. She don't got too much going on. You know what I mean? Or sometimes it's what she's looking for. Like, she's looking to give that to someone. Same time, they take care of her. So it's like you know where to keep her at. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like I've I've played myself multiple times where I've gotten that situation. I'm just like, yo, I'm gonna build her up, and you try every time, then you find pain points, and you just
Mm.
like, I don't understand. Like, you know what you was coming into. You look at me as the higher rating alpha and all that shit, but then when I try to put you on the game, you running from it, and that's when you gotta learn. Like, yo, know
Yeah,
what you go for, man. Get the growth, the
definitely.
virtue, maternity instincts. You know what I mean? Don't
Yeah.
play yourself, especially if you're looking for like your wife. You know what I mean? Your ride or die. Your shorty. Because if she ain't bringing you peace, bro.
Yeah, peace of mind is something to
Mm.
value and treasure. Hold on tight to that.
Shit.
So we were talking about Gary Chapman, the author of the 5 Love Languages,
Mm-hmm.
off camera. But I want to bring it to camera and ask you. I believe there's more than the 5 love languages.
So do I.
Could be a lifestyle, a kink, a fetish. It could be like hiking could be a love language of yours. Could be an activity. It could be, I believe these things.
Mhm.
Spirituality could be a love language
Yep.
of
big
somebody.
time.
So I believe there's an array of them. It's not just limited to 5.
Okay.
For you, I'm gonna ask, because of how you love,
Yeah.
would you project that upon the opposite sex?
Mm.
Like a woman,
Yeah.
Like, in other words, do you-
he's heterosexual. I just
Yeah.
want to make that perfectly clear.
Okay.
He's heterosexual, so he
Yes.
just likes women.
He's like, yes, I am.
Yeah. So women, like I'm talking about a woman.
I like women that like women too. Yeah.
Yeah, yo.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know what I'm saying. So for another woman,
Yeah.
so now the way you love, do you expect that to be reciprocated the same way?
100%.
So
100%. Yeah.
so if
I think he's talking about the like,
to get
if
it back,
I'm loving,
I mean,
right? I want
yes,
it. No,
I
he.
mean
I
it
think he.
specifically in
The-
like, let's say your love language is hiking.
Yeah.
If she doesn't like hiking as well, does that mean she doesn't love you? She doesn't.
I wouldn't
He's
say
like,
she
get
don't
the
love me,
hell.
but like, how would I say it, right? You're not looking for the same person, but she don't gotta love hiking like I do. But if I'm gonna go hiking one day, and she's like, "Hey, let me go hiking with you. I know how much you love this shit. Let me put some interest into it."
That's gonna prove her love.
Nah, that definitely doesn't prove her love, but it proves that she fucks with me.
Okay.
That proves that like she loves what
She
I
wants
do,
to-
and she
right,
wants
she
to put some
wants to-
interest, right? You know, let's say you got a basketball game, you competing, and she's like, "I don't like basketball. I ain't coming." She just can't support you and watch the game.
Exactly.
I'm not asking you to ball with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not asking you to go to the craziest hike of all time. Let's go for a little trail.
Mm.
You got little hills here and there. You know, I like to show
Yeah,
people
show
different
interest.
experiences. Yeah, I like
Show
that.
interest in the person that you care about and what they're interested
When she's
in.
sitting down watching Yes to the Dress, talking about just watch this real quick. I don't give a fuck about that shit, man.
No.
Like what? Yes to the Dress is so boring, bro. But I'll be there like, oh shit, look at Kathy. Okay, okay, that dress is fire. Damn, babe.
He said that dress is fire. I like
You know
that
what I'm
one.
saying? I like
That's
that
a
one.
keeper.
That's the one you want, right? That's the one you want. All right, man. I got you. I got you. You don't
But
gas up, whatever.
You
but like,
do it to show her, all right,
yeah,
I
like,
care about you, so I
and
watch
she knows
this
I don't
stupid
give a
ass show.
damn. But
That's
she gonna
his-
love every moment that I'm cheering
and
her
That's
up.
how he shows
That's how he
love.
shows his love. Yeah,
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't. That's not how I show love. I would be like, no.
He'll be like,
You,
as a
you
matter
could
of fact,
stay here and watch your chick flicks
See,
or
I-
whatever.
Nah, for most times,
I'll go
yeah.
in the other room and watch football
I
and
thought-
wrestling.
I
And,
thought you would have said,
and
as a matter of fact,
read
you're not
and
watching it either. We're
meditate.
gonna watch football.
Nah, there's some days where you just gotta be like, for the most part, I'll probably say you're in the other room. Because let's be honest, you can't watch that shit all day. But you know, some days I pull up on her and she want to watch this. She's mad adamant about it. Whatever. I sit down. I'll entertain it for like 30 minutes or so.
Mm.
But other than that, I'm putting on a movie, putting on something we both could watch. Because I know she gonna complain. I don't want to hear that shit later. Honestly, I really don't. But other than that, I'm watching TV in the other room, man. Let's be honest. So it's like give and take.
Yeah.
Give and take.
Facts.
You know, it's like if I really fuck with her. If I don't, I'm not even coming. It's like I'm watching Jess's Dress. All right.
Call me when it's done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hit me later.
So what do you think, Sue?
About what?
Because we
What was the
had
question?
this conversation.
No, I think everybody loves different.
Go ahead.
Right. I think everybody loves differently. And I feel like when you find that person that you're like, I want it to go further, or I think it can go further, I think you should tell them, this is how I love. I show love by doing this, this, and this. And I like this, and this. How do you do it? So then that way you can be on, on the same page. All right. Just like you said, she likes hiking. You know what I mean? Like at least you know, and you can now learn how to read, how to speak that same language.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't believe it. I don't expect my women to love me the way I love them. So I have an array of love lanlanguages. So I'm
I
gonna
agree
go
with
through
that.
I'm gonna go through
I
just
don't
like
expect it either.
I'm gonna go through
Mhm.
just like a few for
Yeah.
people. Not a few, like 5. Possessive, territorial, overprotective, providing, guiding, leading, teaching. I put them on the same category.
Yeah.
So those are my love language, disciplining. If I'm with a woman or two and they're heterosexual, maybe bi curious as well, but they're heterosexual, right? I'm not gonna expect them to love me how I'm gonna love them. I'm not gonna expect a woman to sexually protect me, physically protect me, but she can protect me spiritually by
Mhm.
praying for me and whatnot.
Yeah.
But a woman can never protect a man. Like I would never want to put that burden on her. That's my love. Being overprotective, like possessive and territorial, that's my love. Some people could say it's a toxic way of loving, but that's my love. Like I wouldn't expect her to be like that with me.
Yeah.
If I go over her crib and the garbage is full, I'm gonna take that out without her
Every
having to
time.
ask me.
Every time.
You know what I'm saying? Or I walk to the house and the garbage pail is on the ground or something. I'm pick that up. I don't have to tell her I did that.
Yeah.
My
Nah.
love language, because I don't want to put that on her. Now I don't expect her to come to my crib and be like, "Oh, daddy, the garbage is full. It's really heavy. I'm gonna take it out anyways."
She came to your house to take out your garbage?
Yeah, if she came to my house trying to do that,
Oh
like,
yeah, nah, it's
why
rude.
would I do that? So you could throw your back out and your shoulder you could be complaining about later,
Yeah.
I threw your garbage out. My back hurts.
you
It's
know?
dirty on your hands and
So you
everything.
see,
Nah, be
that's
gentle.
I'm just
Come
using
on.
that as an
Yeah.
example.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I like
I
that example.
I wouldn't expect them to love me like them. So,
Yeah.
but when I was younger, I did do the projecting because I was still getting to know myself.
I
Yeah.
think
24,
a
25.
lot of people do that. How come they're not doing that? I would. You know what
Yes.
I mean? Like I even have to teach. I've taught my children who are 22 and 24.
Yeah.
I always tell them you can't do something because you think they're gonna do the exact same thing as
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
You
You
can't.
can't buy something because it costs $80. They're gonna buy something that costs $80 too. You can't do
Nope.
that.
Yes. So
Nope.
so how you can solve this is not just healing yourself, it's knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Knowledge is fuel for power.
Yep.
So if you know the psychology of men and women and their nature, then it allows you to know the opposing person. Like if you're a man and you know
Yeah.
female nature to a T,
Yep.
female psychology to a T,
Mhm.
female anatomy to a T, she'll always be good because you won't have to project that.
Yeah.
It's like you go into that dynamic, men and women are not equal. We're equal under the law, but
Yeah.
we're not equal in any way. You can't bend me over and spank me. You can't put your hand around my throat. Mad women want to be submissive in the bedroom. Who cares about that rah-rah independent stuff?
Yeah.
They want to be submissive
Every
there.
single one.
Even if they think they control sex, they don't. They just give access to it.
Yep.
They can control whether they want to bring another life on earth, but they don't even control sex. She could tell you when and where. She still want to be on her back.
Yep. Every
If she
time.
tell you when and where,
Every time.
if she tell you when,
Every
if she
time.
tell you when and where,
Every
and you
time.
enter that room, and she got a whip in her hand, and she's like, okay," then you control sex.
Yeah. Them
You
doms.
you see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like when you enter in that dynamic like that, like we're not equal. We're both like superior or powerful, but we're not equal. There's a king and a queen on the chessboard. It's not two kings, it's not two queens or whatever. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So we could be royalty, but there's still a imbalance. And the irony about that imbalance is it's a match.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like a yin and yang.
Yeah.
No, wait. Going back to what he said, what would you do if you walked in and you saw your girl with a whip?
Oh, that's
He
interesting.
That's tough.
Because you brought it up, I was like, wait a
That's tough.
second.
That's tough. I thought I was happy we skipped over that. That's
You
tough.
Nothing will ever skip. That
wait.
type of
So
questions
now,
will never skip
see,
over.
she got me started. So now I gotta ask you:
Wait,
you
let
ever
him ask-
allow women to dominate you in bed?
Nah, never.
Wait,
Okay.
I want to. Now he's not going to answer the question.
No,
'cause
I'm
you
still
just-
into it. I'm still into it. So the thing is, like, I'm crazy, right? I like exciting shit, but like,
He's
I'm not
spicy,
letting her
ladies.
whip me.
Spicy
I'm not
man
letting her
over
whip
here.
me. It's not happening.
What
But,
about
like,
tie you
yo,
up though?
tie me up? In
Yeah.
what
Or not,
sense?
maybe not
See,
tie,
I have
but
a fear
with
of being
handcuffs.
tied up. You know what I'm saying?
Handcuffs,
I'll
though.
be a man about it. I have a fear of being tied up because, like, I don't like being restrained.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't
You're
like
like
being
claustrophobic?
caged. I'm not claustrophobic. I just don't like being caged. You know what I'm saying? I can survive in a small box, but it's like, why would I want to be there?
Mm.
Why would I want to get chained up? Women like to be submissive. They like
Yeah.
to get locked up, chained up. I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
He
She gonna have
said,
the whip
"I'ma
in her
do
hand.
what
I'm like,
I
that's what you want tonight? I'm like, give me that. Let me see it.
Yo,
Let me see that whip.
yo.
Come here, man.
He
Let me
said
see
he's
that
gonna
whip.
take it
What
away
about?
from her.
Like, what
Give me
the
that
fuck?
shit.
Yo, you coming to the
Oh.
BDSM workshop?
Let's do it.
I got
I'm
another
done.
workshop. I'm
Say
doing
look.
On Long Island.
Long Island.
Bet. I'ma come. Let's get it.
All right.
Come on.
All right. So
That was funny. Because I was like,
Whip
wait a
me.
second.
Who's she whipping? Not
Yeah.
me.
He'll be like,
Not
you bought
fucking
this for
me.
me? That's nice.
what if she said to you, baby,
Just let me try
this
it.
this would make me really happy. Like this will prove your love to me too.
Or maybe it's her birthday and she just wants to. He said, I don't give a fuck.
Baby.
I guess you're not going to be happy.
I'm like, this would really make you happy, but this would not make me happy. You know what I mean?
That's
Like, not doing
hysterical.
it's not gonna not make her happy, but like doing it to me is not gonna make me happy. See what I'm saying?
He's
So let's
like, I'm
find out
not
another
happy at all.
alternative. Come on, let's work this out.
That's funny. Communication, people.
The
Communication.
whip gonna get used, it's not on me.
Mm.
Have you ever took a
Whip.
yeah,
Nah,
or like help me with the words that you
Like a
use.
flogger or
Yeah,
something.
like one of those
Yeah,
things that
restraints.
I know you've seen our shows and he
Yeah.
brings out what he uses. Have you ever tried any of those? Have
I
you
tried
ever
a few things.
handcuffed a
Yeah,
a
I've
girl?
definitely handcuffed.
Why
Yeah,
do I
100%.
do this?
Handcuff,
Why do I do
handcuff,
you ever handcuff a
blindfold.
girl?
You know what I'm saying? The
Ah.
feather.
Oh, okay,
Actually,
go.
not a whip, but a paddle.
Yeah, I don't really use the whip.
Yeah,
I just
the
use it as
paddle.
like physical punishment
Yeah.
because it really hurts. But I never really had to use it.
Yeah.
I have good
Like it's
subs.
a good sound to make. You know what I mean? Because like it's like
I think
tie
that
her
sound
up,
would scare the
you
crap out of
blind
me.
her, and she's like, whoosh, then you touch a
Or
little bit.
I'll be like, is Indiana Jones in the room? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
How you
The
use
handle.
it too. How you use it placement wherever your impact having impact play on her body. Placement is also
Mhm.
and the biggest thing is
You ever use
trust.
sounds?
Huh?
Some girls like sounds.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
What
didn't
do you
know
mean
that.
they like sounds? What do you mean?
I'm saying, you meet a lot of different women and they tell you their kinks, and you just like, what?
What kind of sounds do they like?
So like basically like how would I say it? Like the wand or whatever.
Like these joints?
Yeah,
Tuning
but it's like
forks.
it's different. Yeah, tuning forks, but
Mm.
like it's different. I don't know how to explain it because like I don't have it. She had it. And I
I'm
was just
gonna
using
have.
it.
I could
But, like,
believe that
Yeah,
because
like,
I
it's-
know
She
I
came out and said, "I
I'm-
want you to try this on me."
No. It wasn't like an actual fork.
I
It was like
know,
a
but
wand,
whatever
like,
it
like, yeah,
was.
like there's like sounds and
Yeah.
vibrations.
I
Cool.
could believe
That's
that. I could believe that because
Yeah,
I've
like
met
sensory.
I've
Uh-huh.
met women who love sounds like
Yeah.
not just sounds like tuning fork frequency and vibrations.
Yeah.
Hertz. I mean like human sounds, moans,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
conversation,
that
like dirty talk,
Yeah.
dirty talk.
Yeah, I
Mm.
love the dirty talk.
Shit, I could be stimulating a woman's clit right now
Oh,
with the
my
deep
Lord
bass in my
Jesus.
voice.
100%.
That's true. That's
You
true.
see, like, so
real.
different women, have told me like sounds, and so I could believe that.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I just didn't know that there was something like for it.
Mm.
Yeah,
I like
it is.
sounds. Yeah, like listening to porn instead of watching it. I could understand that, but
Mhm.
I was like curious to know what kind of toys make sounds. Interesting. You can't be bringing things up like that and not expect me to ask these questions.
Nah, ask all the questions you need. To wrap this up though, the question is, why do people desire to be worshipped and treated right instead of giving and loving? And it's honestly it's trauma.
Mm.
Like, stop being fucking scared, man. Talk about your problems or go to therapy.
Mm.
But other than that, ain't nothing wrong with desire to be worshipped and treated right. All right, just
You gotta balance it out.
if you feel like it's right, give some loving. And now for the men out there, if you want to be worshipped and treated right, demand that shit. Because either way, they ain't gonna do it freely. All right, let them know what you want. Women like to be led, bro.
All right.
You want to go? So
Sure. I agree with Carl because that's our guest. People, don't forget his name. He's spicy and he's single, and there you go. I agree with what he said. I do believe it has a lot to do with unhealed trauma from so many different things. And I think, do they desire to be worshipped and treated right? Like I stated in when we first opened up, I believe everybody wants to be treated right, and there's nothing wrong with that. Worshipped, I mean, if you want to be worshipped and worship your partner, there's nothing wrong with that either. But as long as you have, you continue to give and grow and love healthily, then I say go for it.
why are you single?
Why am I single?
Yeah.
I'm just focused on myself right now, man. Trying to be rich, no distractions.
A man on his purpose, ladies.
Yeah, no pussy for me right now.
Oh my
God
God.
bless y'all.
Mm.
Like, nah, I'm good. Focusing.
Cool.
Keeping my spirit untainted. You know
I
what I
could
mean?
respect that.
Yeah.
Are you
just trying
still
to tap
doing
in.
like inner work, or
Yeah, still doing inner
you're
work and all
healing
that.
still?
But yeah, it's like I'm still healing. I feel like you
Alright.
can never stop
Yeah.
healing. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
you can never stop working on
Yeah,
yourself.
never
too.
stop. But
Mhm.
yeah, now regarding the women wise, you know what I mean? I'm a single, so I'm gonna catch it. But at the same time, I'm just not cuffing.
I'm
Not
gonna
cuffing
catch
right
it,
now.
he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still very young. Like what, 30 now?
Yeah, 39.
30,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, you're good. I always say men can always get to it.
Yeah.
We're like fine wine. We get better with age.
Yep. Agreed.
So
Just tap into my bag right now. Once I'm there, it don't stop. You know what I mean? Making that routine, making sure I'm prioritizing that, and then I'll start dating or whatever. In the meantime, chilling.
Yeah. So I can agree with that. I'm gonna piggyback off that to make my final thoughts. Invest in yourself. That's the biggest thing. So the reason you could go into the dynamic and demand it, like you said, is because you worked on yourself. You were like, yo, I looked at the face of fire and I laughed.
Yeah.
I conquered that. I conquered those struggles. Like I elevated myself as a man or a woman. And now I know what I deserve. I love myself. So I can
100%.
put these healthy boundaries and set them, and I can, say, what do you bring to the table? That's not a disrespectful question. I respect myself. You know what I'm saying? And I know what I bring, so it matters what you're going to bring.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all about investing in yourself first. So I can agree with that, and I can respect what you're doing.
Yeah.
I believe in life, we're here for two things: finding ourselves, our identity, where we come from, ancestral DNA, right? Our genes. And then it's our purpose.
Yeah.
So your purpose might be giving a service for people, education, leading them, being an example, being a role model.
Yeah.
You may want to have kids one day. So your contribution to the world may not be something that you do, but someone you raise.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If they want to be prominent in society, you had a major impact. You're one of the reasons, you're a major influence in their life.
Yeah.
So working on yourself is imperative because everything is energy.
Yeah.
One of my late grandmother used to tell me all the time. She was Dominican. She passed away in 2011. I always talk about her. Right? I had a lot of male figures around me, and I hung out in the streets a lot too.
Yeah.
And I went to church, and I did all this. My parents are reverends. They're together for 40 years.
Holy shit.
So
He said, "Holy shit."
I've done it all. Been all these places. Got different education everywhere else. And she was always speaking to the king in me at a very young age. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget who you are. But I never knew what it meant. She always used to tell me, make sure your room is clean, this, that, whatever, because it's all energy. Now I'm a kid, man.
Yeah.
I'm just like, why the fuck she's always telling me to do this? I don't want to do this, but I don't want to get hit.
Yeah.
I want to get the belt. So I did it. But now I grew up constantly doing that. My cars are clean inside out. My house, my room. Like I always make it my business to do that. I'm order. I have a motorized tie. I'm OCD in different colors. Boxers. I got different drawers for different things. I
Yep.
like to fold my shit, and if I don't do it, I'll call a woman over to do it for me. I'm
Facts.
very in
He's
order, and that always stuck in my head. When you're a dirty person, when you don't have order and stuff like that, that's trauma, and you invite evil spirits.
Yeah.
So now I believe that. So even a person who lacks discipline in their life, I'm all over the place. I'm doing this. I'm making bad decisions. Could be a man, could be a woman.
Yep.
Sleeping on the first night. Doing this, doing that, posting my body online. A guy, here's the money phone. Here's this. Here, look at my cars. Right?
Yeah.
They're doing all these asinine stuff. Evil. Evil. You are susceptible to being influenced easy. And
Yep.
people think just because they're mentally strong doesn't mean they can't be influenced. They're untouchable. They're not untouchable. Nobody's untouchable but the gods and the ancestors.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, spiritually, you can be got.
Mm-hmm.
Emotionally, you can be got.
Yep.
That's why it's imperative to, train these things like a muscle. When you go to the gym, it's imperative to train all these major components, the 7 chakras in the body.
Yeah. Agreed.
If you want to elevate to that high level, that God level, goddess, divine masculine, divine feminine, that's the work that has to start. And it starts with you. So this whole worship and treat it right, yeah, I agree with it as well. But you can't not have your shit together and be like, I want to be worship and treat it right. What? What? That doesn't make sense. Muhammad Ali said it ain't bragging if you could back it up. Ain't nobody backing it up.
Nope.
Ain't nobody backing it up. It's like somebody that says, and I hear this mostly from women than men, so I'm not trying to pick on them. It's just what I've observed, my experience. I'm rare. But if you're rare, why are you doing what 100 chicks are doing? No, you're not valuable. You're not high value because that's like gold. It's hard to find. It's a scarcity.
Yeah.
So if you're posting your booty cheeks online and I can see your cleavage, guess what? 100 women do that.
That's true.
1,000.
If you're doing this, you're doing that, you don't have your stuff in order, you're struggling even in the relationship aspect. You're not healed and you're not rare.
Yeah.
So like knowing yourself is imperative because somebody that's saying they're rare is just following what somebody else said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where's your resume? Have it for yourself. Build your own personal resume. When you look in the mirror, you should be able to see your soul.
Yeah.
You probably can't see it because you sold it. And if you sold it, now you're immoral. You do immoral things quick. You don't have integrity. You don't even have respect for yourself because you can't tell the difference. You can't see your soul. If you could see your soul, you know that, baby, you ain't eating my ass. That's a violation of my morals.
Yeah.
You ain't sticking shit up there either. I don't care how good you look and where this could go.
Yeah. No. Hell no.
Or you're
Not
not,
on my ass.
or you're not gonna as a woman post your body online, knowing that you're not a sex worker. You're trying to be a business person,
Yeah.
a real estate agent. Why? I'm confused. You selling houses or pussy?
Facts. Facts.
You understand? So it
That's
starts
true.
with the inner work of yourself, the individuality.
Mm-hmm.
Duality is great, but you got to be able to master yourself first.
Keep yourself in balance.
You know, I was watching Ninja Turtles the other day, the sec part 2.
The old one?
The secret
Old
of the
ones?
the secret of the ooze.
Yeah.
Raphael's hanging out the window joking. Splinter's like, Raphael, get away from there. But Splinter, never forget who you are. You're a ninja. You always have to practice the art of indivisibility. The ninja is a master of his emotions, his environment, and himself.
Mm-hmm.
I pick up on these shits when I watch movies, man.
Yeah, there's
People
always a
make
message.
fun of me and shit. I watch Dragon Ball Z or whatnot. Wrestling, still WWE. But I pick up on shit that might fly over other people's heads.
Agreed.
That's true.
Nah,
I
for real.
So
agree.
It's
it
always a
comes
message.
down to the inner work prior because everything is energy. And then once you get to that level, you start to attract things. Men and women can attract things when they're in tune. The feminine more, but men and women can attract things. So you start to attract abundance and good energy. Positive energy, positive things, positive people.
Mm.
People you want to have kids with, get married possibly, a girlfriend, business endeavors,
Yeah,
all of that stuff.
Yeah.
yeah,
So we have the power.
we do.
We have the power.
We sure do.
Our mind is the most potent thing on earth. So is our spirit. We have the power. We got to start taking control of ourselves because there's a lot of things out there that's trying to control us. Mind, spirit, and everything that we're absorbing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Then we become psychologically immune to the bullshit.
agreed.
And we move like wolves, not sheep. So it starts with the inner work first. Then when you get this, it's okay to be worshipped and treated right. But it's like you
Mm-hmm.
gotta back it up.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
You gotta be
agree.
willing to be like, yo, my dominance comes with conditions. That's my love language. I'm giving and I'm loving unconditionally. Now,
Agreed.
if you show me that it's not appreciative, then I take it away.
Period.
I ain't holding doors anymore. Hold your own.
Yep.
Matter of fact, I can't do this stuff here. Can't fake it. I'm out. I'm out.
Pretty much just
Because
do it.
if I can't be
Wow.
dominant here, I'ma fake it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you
So-
gotta be
Too old
true to
for that
yourself.
now. I'm not faking it.
yeah.
I'm out.
So it comes down to knowing yourself. And when you know yourself, it's not hard like Suhei said. Authenticity. That ain't hard, man. Living a lifestyle ain't hard when it's really who you are.
Mm-hmm.
It
That's
really
true.
is.
Yeah.
For real. Talk your
Alright.
shit, man. Talk your shit, man.
Workshop. I better see you there.
It's
Nah,
on
I'm
Long
there.
Island.
I'm gonna expect
I'm
you a
there.
man of your word.
Nah, I sure am. You know me. I'm for
All
that.
right, cool. Cause I'm trying to bring a lot of fellas there. Fellas need to know this stuff. Cause they ain't
Let's get
women ain't gonna get it for themselves. Women are gonna get it for men.
But not
Yup.
only that, you've always said women are followers, right? So in
Mhm.
order for women to follow, you gotta teach the good men how to start thinking
Yeah.
however they're supposed to be thinking.
He's good. He's
I know,
good.
not him.
His mindset. Yeah, I do that. That's
I
what
know
I
him.
do.
Yeah.
I
That's
do.
Carl.
I do. That's what I do.
I know
I
you do.
teach, especially
That's
the
what I'm
younger men.
saying.
I always do
Exactly.
that.
Yeah.
Exactly, no way.
Yeah.
All right.
So once again, Lee, thank you for tuning in to this great, insightful episode.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget merch, discipline.launchcart.store/shop. I promise you, there's gonna be at least one thing you love.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot,
The
I had
quality is
one
ridiculous.
customer that bought 10 things in one day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Shout out to her.
yeah, so yeah, man, I really appreciate you coming through.
Of course,
Mhm.
bro. You know I'm
All
here.
right. Thank you. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, you were tuned into one of the most raw, uncut, unapologetic, real discipline therapy podcasts. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.